like this. Hi everyone.
Hello.
I'm here with Alessandra.
Hello everybody. I'm here with Michelle.
She's my model today. Thank you so much for being my model.
Of course.
And we were having a conversation earlier about trusting ourselves, and it's a theme that's coming up a lot with my clients also, that when I ask people, how are you feeling? What's coming up for you? And a lot of times I hear, I don't seem to be making the right decisions. I'm not really sure of myself. I don't know which way I want my path to go. What's my purpose? I don't really feel like I trust myself. What other things run through your head you want to share?
Yeah, I definitely think that this is a huge obstacle to feeling sort of empowered and purposeful and sovereign in life. For me, as a young woman, I'm realizing that it's one of the biggest things I'm facing and trying to overcome. As I enter adulthood, that throughout my life I haven't learned that I am enough and that I can trust myself to be who I am and to make decisions based on my own passions. So I've realized...
So to know yourself deeper would help, right?
I think that's one of the keys, really. Yeah, knowing yourself.
So would you like to know yourself deeper right now?
Yes.
Yeah! Yeah! Because a lot of times... Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you too.
She's such a powerful goddess. What I notice after, being on this planet for 44 years, that the more we're in our heads, the more we're analyzing, trying to figure it out up here, the more we disconnect from our soul, which is in our body, our whole body, connected by our breath. So what I've done with the ALVA Method is created very simple, practical ways for people to access their intuition, to access their higher knowing self, their soul, which is not the ego. So basically, everything the ego is not the soul. The soul is the observer. The soul is that part of us that is ready to love in every single moment, that is pure love, that is the divine essence of us. And so if you want to be feeling more clear in your life, and if you want to know your purpose, and if you want to be more confident with your ability to make decisions in your life, what if you could just know much easier your clarity? Can you imagine living your life clear and connected and soul connected? And to realize that your soul connection is in the now. This present moment is the only place you can know your soul, your spirit, God essence. And it's funny because sometimes people are like, I gotta go to India. I need to go meditate. I need to go be quiet, with nobody around for a week or something like that. Have you ever heard people say things like that? I need to go somewhere else. Oh, you said that?
I said that today.
You said that today? And what I realized, because I've done so many workshops and I've done so many retreats, and I was a spiritual junkie. And that's why I don't even use the word spiritual a lot, because that word, a lot of people have no idea what that means. And the thing is, spiritual, you could never understand spiritual from your ego, from your head, from your thoughts. The minute you actually start thinking, you're not in your soul. So I think a lot of us are on this. That's why I'm making this video, that, trying to read all those books or learn from all the teachers. And really, the best way I have learned, and in the quickest way to trust yourself and to get in touch with trusting yourself and going to that place of knowingness, is what I'm going to share with you right now. So I invite everybody to lay down in a comfortable position as my model Alessandra. And what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through a few of the steps of the ALVA Method process, which is a scientifically based, neuroscience-based, epigenetics-based. It's cutting edge, and it combines shamanism and mindset techniques and just breathwork techniques, physical therapy, a whole bunch of different things, which we are all of that. We are energy, we are mass, and we are integrated beings that are not even separate. We're dynamic, we're constantly in motion. So the minute we shift our mindset, the minute we shift our posture, the minute we shift how we breathe, everything just has a little bit of chaos, but then it goes back to alignment and you become more of a wave. So the ALVA method allows you to become more wave-like rather than dense, contracted. Which a lot of us are walking around like this. So I want everybody right now to contract your body, make your body really tense, and maybe it's already like that. We tend to hold chronic stress in our jaws, in our low back, and our shoulders. So we're going to really, really get to know chronic stress right now, because our body's naturally not designed to hold so much tension chronically, right? And what we're going to do is we're just going to notice how holding makes us feel. There's a reason why we're doing this, okay? Just trust me. So clench your jaw, clench your shoulders, your butt, fists, arms, and then we're going to take a deep breath in, and then we're going to exhale. And now we're going to shake. So now you're going to start to shake. Go like this. Shake your booty. Shake, shake, shake. And keep shaking while I'm talking. This is what we are. We're vibration. This is our nature. It's our nature to be like this, dynamic, moving. And even when we start to shake, we feel good because that stimulates the hormones of release, oxytocin and endorphins, and we start to feel better because this is what we are. We're vibrating molecules of love. And as you do that, you feel different. You feel lighter. So just take a moment right now and just feel the benefits of what we just did. We went to chronic stress, we held, and then I said, let go of that, go into the wave-like part of you. So the chronic stress part of you, that's your ego. Chronic stress is caused by our interpretations that we are under stress. She stresses me out, my job stresses me out, there's not enough time, that stresses me out. I'm not good enough, that stresses you out. I don't like my thighs, that's something else that might stress you out. So when we're under that type of mindset of lack and fear, your soul is not able to be heard. So our ability to trust ourselves, we can't even hear that because the mind is going, so we can't even hear our soul. So you ready to hear your soul? And then you can open up the window to actually trust yourself because your intuition is giving you information so that you can hear yourself, what's true for you. But you can only access the trust window when you're quiet in your mind and when your body is in a, I can touch you here, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to activate the parasympathetic nervous system right now very rapidly and easily and quickly. And I'm going here to Alessandra's diaphragm. It's in between your rib cage and your upper belly. It's dome-shaped. And when you contract this muscle through its full range of motion, that's what I'm sharing with you today, that muscle literally activates your relaxation response. And the more you master your ability to bring yourself in one breath to a state of peace and calm, you'll be the master of your life because peace and calm is where you get to experience your soul. And your breath is going to help you today because your breath is happening right now all the time. So the minute you want to get present, get with your breath because your breath is always, always here and now. So what we're going to do is get into that comfortable position and you're going to take a deep breath in through your nose and inflate your belly and inflate your heart and inflate your pelvic floor. And you're just going to feel all that oxygen coming into your body. And then exhale, ah. And I invite you to open your mouth really wide for the ah. Because if you've been at your office desk for a couple hours or on your computer, most likely there's some tension in your jaw. So I invite you right now to close your eyes and just feel the breath, expanding your lungs, expanding your heart, expanding your belly, and getting really, really present to the simple act of letting air go through your nose. And you can put your hand over your belly. And how about we put one hand on the right, one hand on the left, right where the rib cage meets the abdomen. This is where your diaphragm is. And I call it the divine diaphragm. And in the Hebrew language, the word neshama means soul, spirit, and the word neshima means breath. They're so smart, those Hebrew people. That word is only separated by one letter. So remember, soul connection equals diaphragm, divine diaphragm connection, and I can expand my breath to expand that connection. So go ahead and keep feeling yourself in the now, expanding, letting go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use the ALVA method to connect to our diaphragm through its full range of motion. It goes like this. You're going to take 3 sniffs through the nose, 3 puffs of air as deep as you can, and it goes like this. And we're going to hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Watch Alessandra. She's such a good model. She's holding it. She's holding her breath. She's stretching her fascia. So this whole sheath that covers her organs and her heart, everything, the brain and spinal cord, pelvic floor, it's all getting a stretch right now. And then when you can't hold anymore, you're just going to let it go. We're going to do that again. Inhale, inhale, inhale through your nose. And we're going to do 2 more. I didn't tell her we were going to do that. Surprise! So we do the 1, 2, 3. It blows you up like a balloon. And then you do 2 more. And the point of this, we're so comfortable, a lot of us in our comfort zone. Remember, everything's a projection. So like I lived so comfortably in my little comfort zone place. But when I do these E3 breaths and I expand a little more, I'm getting out of my comfort zone of what's normal for me, which is a good thing. Because our nature is to grow and thrive, just like this little plant over here goes up and out. And if we're not growing and thriving, we don't feel like we're in alignment. But that's a whole other video. Okay, so let's get back here into the diaphragm. So let's do this together, everyone. We're going to inhale 3 sniffs, and then we're going to do 2 more. Because we're going to expand in our lives, and we're going to connect to abundance, more expansion of who we are. Okay, so let's do this. Hold it, hold it. Feel yourself expanded. Feel how yummy it feels to fill yourself up with oxygen. When you can't hold anymore, you're gonna We're gonna do this 2 more times. Inhale, 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 inhale. Minimum effort to hold it. Relax your face, relax your shoulders. Let's do it one more time. Do as many sniffs as you can and then hold it. You're such a badass. She did like 10. So do as many as you can. Hold it for as long as you can. This is resetting the muscle spindles in your whole core. So for those people that have low back tension, shoulder tension, this releases all of that. How do you feel?
Much more relaxed, honestly. Yeah, and a bit like clearer and lighter in my body and more lucid.
That's
definitely.
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you feel more present in your body?
Yes.
How did you feel about stretching beyond your comfort zone?
I mean, honestly, it was a little uncomfortable. I suppose just because it's different, you know, but I can also see the benefits of it just based on how it's affected me physically. But I like the symbolism of it, that it also corresponds to the value of growing in life. I think that's awesome.
And getting off our asses, right? And getting things done. I'm talking about myself here. It definitely helps me propel myself forward to keep growing in my life. And I feel that that's our nature, that if we're not growing, I don't feel we feel fulfilled or happy as much. Because remember, we're just choosing to be happy, right? So we can choose to be happy no matter what, but I have to say it feels like much easier to be happy and joyful because I'm creating and just I feel like I'm very dynamic in my life and I'm flowing in my life. And this, to me, is a way of getting a pit stop and resting. But I'm also energizing myself and I'm stretching myself. So if you want to trust yourself more, get to know your diaphragm more, and do this exercise if you want to learn how to trust yourself more. Because the more you feel your diaphragm connection, you're going to feel your authentic self. Because when you're doing this exercise, there's no thoughts. You become full presence, and you get to embody your wholeness. And when you get to embody all of who you are, you get to really hear the intuitive. So intuition is equal to not thinking. It's all about feeling. Intuition you can strengthen and expand more by feeling more. So you can put your hands on your ribs and you can do this exercise and feel yourself doing your E3 breaths. You can also throughout the day expand your heart and expand your belly. And so many people have high blood pressure, so many people have irritable bowel and just different things going on in our gut. So this exercise of literally touching yourself, feeling yourself, is going to strengthen your connection to your intuition, and that will help you also it'll help you to strengthen your ability to listen to the truth of who you are. And then, if you want to strengthen your trust with yourself, you're going to ask yourself a question. What do I want to have for dinner tonight? Do I want to go to Michelle's potluck tonight? Which pair of shoes do I want to buy at the mall? So this is the place where you can ask all those questions. Do I want to say yes to that date? Is this what I want to do with my career? What is my purpose? So you can ask yourself those questions after you've done the E3 breath, this breathing technique I shared with you, because then you're clear. Does that make sense? You're going to be totally in a space of openness and connection, and then ask yourself the question so that your answers come from a place of groundedness. This breathing exercise grounds you in your body. A lot of times people feel grounded has to be with the feet. So you can bring your awareness to your legs while you're doing the exercise. You can do it standing. You don't have to do it laying down. But for the people that are learning it for the first time, it helps to lay down so that you're purely working the diaphragm here. So do you feel like you know now how to trust yourself more?
Yeah, definitely.
Go there.
Yeah, I've learned through you that it has a lot to do with connecting to my body.
Because where's your soul, people?
Yeah.
Our soul is in our body. Our soul, all this body is 99% energy, and our soul, our essence, when we are soul filled, we're breathing. When we don't breathe anymore, there's no soul. The soul transitions. I mean, I don't know exactly what happens, but we become rigor mortis. When there's no more breathing in the body, the soul leaves the body, right? With the last breath. And then the body hardens. So there's something about the breath that keeps us animated and connected and alive and full of vitality. And this is why I cannot stop talking about the breathing. And basically, I use these breathing processes in everything that I do. Even when I go to the bathroom, I'm doing my breathing. And I'm talking about conscious reset breathing, because I feel that in this world, there's a lot of distractions taking us away from peace. You know, you could be at a restaurant and there's 5 different TVs going on and they're showing like violence, and you're at a restaurant. So I feel that this internal reset button is so important for us in modern life. And if we want to be able to really listen to who we are, because there's so much that can influence us out there. So get to know this beautiful goddess temple and God temple much more. Massage yourself, breathe and expand yourself. And if you want to learn how to go deeper into this whole process, definitely email me, message me, and I'd love to share with you a free 30-minute clarity call that I offer people that want to learn more about the ALVA Method, how to be your own empowered healer, how to feel more clear and light and connected to your body, and also to your creativity, and your sexual energy and your creative flow. And that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to go to the Tantra Potluck now. Let's just say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
How you feeling?
Ah, amazing. Actually, it's really powerful. Yes.
Because you're so powerful.
Oh.
This work is all about yourself, going back inside and resetting and realigning. And that's what I feel healthcare needs today. To go inside and let's discover our own inner physician, our inner shaman, our inner healer. And that's what this work is all about. So, Alessandra, I'm so happy we're working together.
Me too.
And thank you, everyone. Have an awesome night. And if you want, come over to the potluck. We're going to start soon. In Key Biscayne. Just email me. Bye. Oop. Thank you.